Saturday, admission is only $10, which includes thrilling events like truck and tractor pulls, the Tiger Encounter, a petting zoo, and more. The Indiana County Fair voted the best annual event. See you there August 24th through the 31st.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Our Indiana County Commissioners in the studio with us this morning, and our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm, Best of Indiana County Contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Howdy, folks.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's good to have you all with us here in the studio today. We just heard a spot for the Indiana County Fair. It's fair season, isn't it?
Sure is.
That's
Where
big doings.
did summer go?
Yeah, I know. We've been into it, and I always say that summer begins on Memorial Day and ends on 4th of July. But
I've heard that.
that's a little fatalistic on my half, but okay. Indiana County Fair begins. The community fairs, the Ox Hill Fair, the Cookport Fair coming up. We think about the fun of the fair and the food and the kids and all of that. It's actually a very important economic driver for Indiana County, is it not?
It most certainly is. It's something that everybody in our community gets to showcase, what they've done over the summer, over the past year. And it's a family time to get together, just bring the family out, enjoy the rides, enjoy the food, especially the food. The food's great. And just watch the different shows, that agriculture actually delivers to this county.
Yeah. And Shireen Hess, of course, you are very much involved in the agricultural concerns of Indiana County. It's been a cause of yours for quite some time.
Sure,
and we think of the fun of the fair, but the agricultural element of it is a really important thing.
It is, and Commissioner Keith kind of ended his remarks there with how agriculture is a mainstay of all of our county fairs, or the fairs around the county, and ag is a real economic driver in Indiana County and in Pennsylvania, and we see that being reflected in budgets. The state budget has historic amounts of dollars going to support agriculture and all of our producers. Agriculture is farmers, but it's also fuel production, and it's also fiber production. So there's a lot going on in the world of agriculture, and I'm happy to say that the board is going to approve a conservation easement, or a farmland easement, actually, for the Streams Farm coming up sometime in probably early 2025. But that's a big deal to preserve a farm. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of dollars and effort. So we thank our Farmland Preservation Board for that. That's a county program that's been in place for a long time, and we're proud of that.
Watch me turn this one around. And Commissioner Gorman.
Go ahead, throw me the curveball.
It goes right along with the Air Liquide thing that is happening in Center Township, doesn't it?
Biodigester. It's just fascinating. Secretary Redding was in week before last and made a visit, and it's coming along very nicely. And they're looking maybe first of next year of going into production and operation of that plant. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. And, of course, agriculture, helping our dairy farmers, and they have a real integrated role in that, and local. Yeah. So that's wonderful. I wanted to make mention, though, something that they touch on, and not a lot of people hear this enough, in working with our fair board, particularly Indiana County, it's very academic. And so the pride that goes into these youngsters that they're learning, especially in agriculture, the pride of their animals, how they take care of them, and how they learn the process to take them to market, if that's what they have to do, as well as all of the herbicides and everything else that they deal with in soils. And it's extremely academic, and that's an amazing foundation for a fair, and it really keeps fairs long lasting, because it is about the young and the learning and the process of what brings, the fun to your community as well. Yeah. But in a very academic and agriculture way.
It's a pretty sophisticated kid who is involved in farming these days. That's a young person who is very much involved in the economics of operating a farm and how the whole system works, and they come out of this very much ahead of the game. Commissioner Keith, you were talking about the Conservation Corps, and you had the bus tour. Was that last week?
It was last Friday. Yeah.
Last Friday.
Yeah, we visited,
Let's get you a little closer to the mic there.
We went ahead and visited throughout the county different projects that the Conservation District had put on, different things that they actually showcased with the farms, and the other projects that they actually work on is the low volume roads and the dirt and gravel roads that local municipal government actually, take advantage of, and they do a really good job with it.
Yeah. The Conservation Corps does amazing work here in Indiana County, and just the celebration of agriculture that happens at fair season is more than a little appropriate for Indiana County.
Oh, true. Not only the you notice the the great things that you get out to see, but the weather change. You start with Indiana Fair. It's that week I can remember when my kids were showing animals. How hot it was. You get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, get in there, start getting your animals ready. And by the end of the day, you're just a lather of sweat. And then by the time you get through Ox Hill, it starts getting a little cooler. And I can actually remember the days of Cookport Fair at the tractor pulls on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and literally it would snow. It would literally would snow.
Why would you say such a thing?
And believe me, I actually have Polaroid photos to show it.
Polaroids.
Those were the days.
Man, that conversation just took a bad turn right off the bat. Hey, Commissioner Hess, I'd like to congratulate you on your designation.
Thank you.
As the chief poobah of the Pennsylvania County Commissioners. It's quite an organization, and a really, really important organization, isn't it?
Yes, I'm happy to say my peers elected me. I'm the president-elect of the association. I'll take office in January, and I'm currently the vice president. And yes, the association is our voice in Harrisburg. It is a unifying voice for all of the counties in Pennsylvania, but I'm happy to represent Indiana. And I think it's important that we have our voice from Western Pennsylvania there in Harrisburg. And we advocate on many issues, mental health. There's priorities in mental health services and 911 and emergency services. We work to get our courts and correction systems all the funding that they need to operate well, community planning and economic development, and agriculture and conservation, and elections is a very big topic at the County Commissioners Association. A lot of people don't realize that counties run all elections, from the national, from the presidential, all the way down to dog catcher at your local level. So it's an important organization, and not to mention that they do a lot of work with insurance programs that help counties, and we are the beneficiary of a lot of their insurance programs that save us money and give us a very personal touch on the way we can, do county operations. So, yes, I'm very proud of it. I like to thank my colleagues for their support of CCAP, as we call it. And Commissioner Gorman sits on a couple of committees and chairs the Solar Task Force, which is important, an important topic of discussion these days. So, we're all in Indiana County, and it's interesting. At the last convention last week, we had 64 out of the 67 counties represented voting on at the business meeting. So it's important to a lot of rural, urban, metropolitan. We're seeing lots of suburban counties be very interested in what's going on. So to have that voice is really important for Indiana County.
Yeah, Robin Gorman, of course, that the power of togetherness there. And it's just like in commerce when a group of different organizations come together to form one more unified organization, they have more power.
It really is, and I think Commissioner Hess hit it so appropriately, just described it to a T, which is why she's representing us. And it was a proud day for Indiana County. Our Robin Maryi from our elections director and our chief clerk got the Chief Clerk of the Year award, so it was amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, and you heard Shireen say 64, 67. That's part of the association's work in unifying them, coming together, helping us to understand our issues aren't so different across the state. But if a seasoned commissioner who's been in for a while and been dealing with something you can ask. It's that Q&A type of thing, or that chat room where, hey, have you dealt with this? What happened, or what's the, do's and don'ts or weaknesses and strengths of the issue with our people. And so they do such a fantastic job for us, truly. I've learned so much there. That's what it's about, to go to these conferences and educate yourself to be a better commissioner for the residents that you represent. And they just do a really good job with that. So happy to be a part of it. And I'm all in. I'm in 4 committees. They're like, geez, that's a little overboard. But, I'm a learner by nature, so I love it. And I've learned a lot from all the committees that I sit on, and I was very happy and proud to be asked to chair the Solar Task Force. It's been quite an amazing journey as well. And Shireen's right, across our state and other contiguous states, they're dealing with this issue coming in. These vendors or these developers are coming in and they want to put in solar, and your municipalities, by and large, your townships and boroughs, don't have ordinances. They don't know how to deal with it. And they don't know how to guide their residents, particularly farmers who are using large plots of land.
Yeah.
So it's been really amazing to try and learn and get ahead of that and help educate our municipalities.
One of the next big issues for Pennsylvania municipalities and counties. All right, wrapping it up, favorite fair food, Robin?
Geez, that's really hard. I was going to say Denny and Pearls, but it's, hard run with chicken on a stick.
Yeah, I had,
and I really, Brush Valley chicken is my favorite, but they're not there.
Yeah, I was thinking Mike was going to say Denny and Pearls. Mike, for you?
Hot sausage.
Hot sausage. Yeah, it doesn't matter where it comes from either, does it? It's all good. Shireen?
Blackberry cobbler.
Blackberry
Got the
cobbler.
sweet tooth there.
Beautiful.
And
Hey,
We've got it covered, right?
Hey, folks, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're 2 minutes away from 9.
Howdy. Want to trade your hog over yonder for my rowboat here? We got to do it before the sun goes down, because I'm doing some day trading.
You tomfool, that's not day trading.